Well, welcome everybody. Good afternoon. I imagine the people in Egypt, you're not quite as cold as we are here in Madrid, but welcome to everybody. Whenever I talk to people about literacy, the first question, before I can even start, I'm immediately asked, what is it? What is literacy? It's a set of 3 skills, roughly speaking. Reading skills, oral expression and creative writing skills. Literacy works very much on the HOTS, on the higher order thinking skills. This is what we're aiming at when we work with literacy in the classroom. Reading can be done at 3 different levels. And the first level is, the very basic level, is the decoding level, which is basically where children are setting up the relationship between the written symbol and the sound. Sometimes we call this the relationship between phonemes and graphemes. Now level 2, we concern ourselves with a sort of understanding of the general meaning of the text. And we check this with very simple questions. And it's simple because all the information that the students need in order to answer our questions, they can find in the text. Now the third level is where we're moving down into a much deeper, critical, analytical understanding of the text. And here we're going to be applying skills like prediction, hypotheses, extrapolation, association. These are all higher order thinking skills. Okay, so this would be for the little ones, right? Now if I'm talking about level 1, I might look through the text beforehand and say, now maybe they don't know what a farm is. Maybe they don't know what a forest is. Well, it's pretty easy for me to actually help them with the understanding here. Because these are concrete nouns, I can associate them with objects. And I've got an illustration here. So I can say, okay, a farm. Well, you see this is a farmhouse, okay? So I can actually show them, I can make associations with either pictures or I can mime. And this is a very basic word level understanding. If I go down to level 2, where I'm interested in general information, I might ask questions like, what day does Leo go to visit his granny? So I can get my little arrow and I can say, look, what day does he go? Yes? Now when I come down to level 3, I want to do something completely different. And I want to ask these kind of questions. Do you think Leo is staying with granny for the day? Or do you think he's going to stay longer? And they might look at me and go, I don't know. And I'll get my little arrow again. And I'll say, look at this. What's that? It's a suitcase, isn't it? Now, if you're taking a suitcase somewhere, normally you're going to stay for longer than a day, aren't you? So what do you think? Do you think Leo's staying with Granny for a day, or do you think he's staying longer? Oh no, he's staying longer. And the why is because I found the evidence in the picture. Right, well, oral expression. My father told me many, many years ago, if a child can't tell a story, a child can't read a story. So it really does all begin with the speaking. It really does. And I know that there's this idea, and it has a certain logic to it, that children will speak when they understand, but actually it doesn't work that way round. Children speak a long time before they understand anything. They chatter and they yabber away. It really is the first skill. And it's extremely important for developing literacy skills. All the other skills come off this, okay? This is the third skill, and this is, in a sense, this is the sort of aim. This is what we're aiming at. Apart from the fact that reading is pleasurable and it's enriching, it's also a very, very good way of turning children into good writers, is to make them good readers. If we're asking our students to be creative about writing, we have to be creative about how we set these tasks as well. I'm just going to give you here some examples. So for example, if you've done Goldilocks, I know that these are stories for very young children, but just look at this. You could do these with older children by making the task, the creative writing task, more challenging. Write a letter of apology to the 3 bears. After all, she wrecked their house. So you write a letter saying how sorry you are for all the terrible things that you did to them. Maybe we get the recipe for porridge. I don't know even if children know what porridge is. So we could write out a recipe. That's another way of writing, isn't it? You've got the ingredients, you've got the method, you could draw a picture of it. Or maybe we could have an estate agent's brochure for the house. What's this house like? Every single room has got 3 of everything. 3 chairs, 3 beds, 3 tables, 3 bowls, okay? So we could even have like a photo brochure.
Hi Susan, I'm here again. Thank you very much.
Hi.
That was such an insightful look at literacy.